there's an update for MeteoMark.com weather. Here it is, MeteoMark, May 6, 2013. There's a photo. I didn't have anybody send in any photos, but I have plenty of photos actually here. Let's take a look at some of these photos, shall we? Over the weekend, I got a picture of looks like, I don't know if a yellow tulip exists, but this is fairly close to where my red tulips are. And here's a yellow tulip, very nicely blooming here. Finally, things are blooming here in the southern tier of New York State, upstate New York. And here's a nice sunset here across, I believe it's much of Broome County here. This was Saturday evening, and very nicely orange sunset. And then, of course, on last night, Sunday evening, in Oswego, near Appalachian, we had a nice sunset over a marshland between the eastbound and westbound lanes of Route 17. So here it is, a nice sunset here in the southern tier. So for those of you that are local, that are viewing my channel here. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here in the next 48 hours of quantitative precipitation forecasts. We have a lot of concern here coming up here in parts of Virginia and extending up towards Maryland, just north of North Carolina. Here, most of the spine of the Appalachians here. This is where we're going to see the lion's share of the rain during the next 48 hours through 9 p.m. on Wednesday evening. This is where we'll see a good deal of precipitation amounts overrunning with that low pressure system as it occludes, as it moves basically due north across the mid-Atlantic very slowly this week, and we will continue to deal with this. Another system will move in from the Rockies here across the plains and bring severe weather just in time for Wednesday across much of the plains here, and this is where that precipitation amounts will be. And another system here moving onshore of the west coast. It's going to get a little bit rainier for you here in the California area to help with those wildfires, bring that moisture levels back up a little bit. Not much, but a little bit will help. So let's take a look at the scenario here heading on into the day on Tuesday. We're moving this system here not much across the east. It will slowly lift northward, and this is where we're going to see that precipitation amounts be quite heavy across Virginia area here and Maryland, across the Appalachians here. That's where, as you saw on the map here, the previous map for precipitation, I had about anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rain, and there will be some flooding going on, especially towards western parts of Virginia, southern West Virginia, the Appalachians, basically just west of that I-81 corridor, heading on into the day on Tuesday and Tuesday night. Significant rain, expect that 3 to 5 inches likely, with flooding likely. And that system will continue across Pennsylvania and start to push some of that moisture into the southern tier of New York and downstate New York into southern New England as well. Heading on into the plains here, we still don't have that system quite yet, but it's knocking on the door to Texas, Oklahoma here, coming in from the Rockies as things get a little cooler, and that's what we're looking at. Heading on into the day on Wednesday. Wednesday we're looking at a good deal of precipitation lifting northward towards those areas of the southern tier of New York, upstate New York. Central New England could start getting some light rain by then. And this system will be very slow to move up the coast, as you can see by the day on Thursday. It really moves very little, but it continues its northward jaunt. And models continue to slowly weaken the system, but heavy rain will continue along the spine of the Appalachians here on into the day on Thursday. Places like Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Philadelphia, New York City, Long Island, and extending down towards Washington, D.C. will continue the rainy scenario. Binghamton, New York, heading on over to Syracuse, maybe heading up towards the Thruway towards Thursday here. This is where we could get rain. And I hate to say this, but the weekend outlook could look very rainy across the Northeast, so we'll continue to watch that. Here in the plains, that's where we get that severe weather outbreak continuing from Wednesday on into the day on Thursday. So we're going to continue to watch for that severe weather outbreak here in the plains, middle to latter part of the week. Here the temperatures are looking rather mild across much of the nation. Things continue to moderate here in the southern states, heading on up the coast. things start to get a little cooler, some more 60s in the northeast as opposed to 70s because of the clouds and the rain that are moving in. Here out west, we're looking at that trough digging in. We're looking at cooler temperatures. Good, better news for the firefighters here in California battling those wildfires. But extending on towards the plains here, things continue to warm up, get quite toasty here across Texas as that return flow with the moisture and the severe weather outbreak that could ensue Wednesday into Thursday across Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Nebraska and eastern Colorado. So that's what we're looking at, and things will continue to cool off towards the weekend here in the northeast as we get these reinforcing shots of cold air ahead of this cutoff low pressure system. That's going to do it for MeteoMark here. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark. Subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, my website MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira in the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. We're heading on into the day on Tuesday here. We're looking last sunny day here. Enjoy it. Heading up towards mid-70s, lows near 38. We're going to continue that trend of cooler temperatures after Tuesday, Wednesday, clouds, and rain possible by 2 to 8 p.m. tomorrow on Wednesday. And temperatures will be cooler, hard pressed to hit the mid-60s, lows a little bit warmer, low 40s. Extending on into the day on Thursday and Friday, those scattered showers continue. Highs will be pressed to get out of the lower 60s both days, with lows in the a little bit warmer, lower to mid-40s for lows, with that showery pattern, with that cutoff low type pattern setting in. So we're going to get some possibly beneficial rains, but then again, by the weekend, we're basically looking at not a very nice weekend compared to this past weekend. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.